D-Lo 404 Boxing here. Shout out to the LDBC. I want to talk about Bob Arum and his statements that he made, he's quoted to have made pertaining to Al Haymon advising Errol Spence not to listen to those white guys and not to make fights with, these white guys, white promoters or whatever he said. I'm not going to sit there and try to quote it verbatim. I'm actually driving at the moment and I'm not going to try to go through trouble looking and rereading over it. But what we know what was said. I mean, if you don't know, go to Boxing Scene, look it up. You can Google it, it'll pop up. But he made comments saying that basically that Al Haymon is in the way of making these fights, and he doesn't want his fighters, or particularly Errol Spence, fighting guys that doing deals that involve white promoters or white guys, so to speak. So I think that is despicable of him to say, especially considering that he himself had just said that he's gonna give Al a call and try to make the fight, and then it wasn't, moments later he's making that type of statement. I mean, to me, that's a classic case of talking out both sides of your mouth. In one side of your mouth you're saying that you're trying to make the fight, and you're gonna do whatever has to be done to make the fight and give it to the fight fans because they deserve it, etc. Your fighter deserves it. The fighters want the fight, they deserve the fight. But then out the other side of your mouth, you're basically saying things to insult the guy that you have to work with to get the fight done. So it's like, going on the job, talking to somebody saying, talking to your boss saying you want a raise, but then the next second saying, well, I know you ain't gonna give it to me, and you're gonna say XYZ, and then it's like, okay, well, I was gonna give it to you, but after you say that, I mean, what's the point? If that's how you feel about me, why come to me ask me anything? So, and maybe that ain't the best analogy, but it's what comes to mind. But regardless, I feel like you can't say you want to work with a person and then openly criticize that person in the next breath, and then go back to playing victim, saying, yeah, we're really trying to make these fights, but these guys don't want to do business with me. That is the same thing that Eddie Hearn does with Shelly Finkel. He sits there and openly talks about the man, puts him down, calls him out his name, but then turn around and say, they're not answering the phone, they won't answer my calls. It's like, dude, there's no wonder they're not answering your call. People have some self-respect and some pride, and they know their self-worth. They're not going to cower down to your demands and at your every beck and call and try to make things happen to suit you just because you say you want it. It takes more than one person to make a deal. And one person just talking, saying they want to make a fight isn't going to get it done. But I can tell you, one person can make a fight not happen by saying things such as the asinine comments that Bob Arum said. I'm not gonna stand on my soapbox and harp on this too much, but I'm just gonna say I'm disgusted by the comments he made. I think they're despicable, and it's one of those classic cases, in my opinion, of where a person has a racist attitude and a racist mind state, but then they'll come out and the first thing they do is accuse the people that they're being racist against of being racist toward them. That's something I just don't co-sign. But I think that he's hurting Terrence Crawford. He's hurting his money. Yeah, Crawford has a good deal in place and he makes good guaranteed money, but I think he's hurting his ceiling, and he's hurting his true fight purse earning potential by coming out saying things like this, because it makes a guy like Al Haymon not want to do business with him and put any of his fighters in there with Terrence Crawford. And if he's not getting those fights, then he's going to continue, to probably make what he's making now, but he doesn't get those mega fights or those super fights that those big upticks in his earning, and he has nobody to blame for that but his promoter, to be honest, But that's all I'm going to say on it. It's D-Lo 404 Boxing. Once again, shout out to the LDBC, shout out to my subscribers. You're feeling the content, hit that like button. And like I said before, I'm asking that you sub to the channel if you haven't subscribed. I'm out. Peace.